Hey everybody,
Hi,
Jeff,
Megan.
and we're back to show you another game, Metacell Genesis, the card game. 2 to 4 player card game that has variable player powers and set collection. So we're going to do something a little bit different with this video, and probably the videos going forward. Of course, we'll happily take your feedback and let us know what you think of this. But through some conversations I've been having recently, I think we're going to go ahead and give you the opinion up front. So if you're here to find out what we think of this game, you do not have to wait. But then after that, we'll still show you the components and some gameplay. So if you're interested in that, you can continue to watch for that as well. So, Metacell Genesis, the card game. Megan?
I really like this game. I think it's fairly simple. Obviously, it's color patterns and it's almost like a rummy type game.
Yeah.
And I like the fact that you can sort of screw over your neighbor at times. It's the competitive edge in me.
We hate those type of games
It's true.
in all us geeks.
But I really enjoyed it. It has a very cartoonish edge about it, so I think it's really good for families and kids especially. I definitely think around the 8, 9, 10 age is perfect. And given I think it's the initial pack that has like the lizard, and I think it's just perfect for young kids and families.
Yeah, the cool thing about, I mean, they are kind of marketing it 8 and up and 2 to 4 players and roughly half hour or shorter, because it can go shorter. The other nice kind of thing about it is there's like an expansion pack, which I believe we'll show you a bit in the components there, that has other characters, so other variable powers, that you can either swap in if you like some of those better than, say, the ones that come in the base, or you can combine the two of them. Instead of going 2 to 4 players, you can go up to 8 players. And then one of the other things I know we have is a potential stretch goal, which is another character and the cards that go with that character. So then you could potentially go up to 9. And I don't know if they have other stretch goals like that, but you can basically add to this game. And it has that ability to be expandable as they come up with different characters with different abilities, and they have a whole Crayola box of colors to choose from. So yeah, it is a very casual game. It is a lighter game. It is again the color matching. One of the nice things too I do like about this is it is very colorblind friendly. Because each color has its own symbol on the card and the colors written on the card. So if you are colorblind, you're not going to have a problem between the colors. You've got the word and the symbol that you have to worry about. So that's a nice thing. I'm glad they did that. That's pretty cool. So it's still very open and available to everybody. That's it. It is a more casual game. It is something like we've had fun playing it together, and we do like switching out the characters and stuff. We've played with the expansion deck, we've played with the base deck, and we've had a lot of fun with it. Not real sure about, I think it might be a little bit too light for like a hardcore gamers game night or something like that, even as a filler game. It depends on your group. I think we could probably get away with it. I know like Jordan and I could probably get away with it because, again, screw your neighbor. You can't go wrong with that for us. Even so, if we'll accept a lighter game if it has a screw your neighbor component in it. The powers are kind of cool. The one thing I will say about this game is if you go to the Kickstarter page, which this is on Kickstarter right now, it's already launched, and we'll have that in the description for the YouTube channel, and I'll probably throw it on the video as well at some point. If you watch the intro video is awesome, and I've told these guys that already, that I want to play that game. There is a lot, like, this is, I think, going to be, the universe is infinitely more than what's in this game, and I think they have other games that are going to come out in that realm. But there's so much cool fluff in the intro video that doesn't make it into this because it is a more lighter game that I would love to have seen some of that brought more into this. That said, and we'll show you this in the components as well. I mean, the back, you don't get a lot of the fluff up in the front of the rule book, but the back of the rule book, they call it the Nerdopedia, and it shows you all the characters and gives you a little bit of a story of what those characters, who they are in the universe. So that's kind of cool. So it does give you at least a flavor of it. So it's enough, again, for us as in the casual player realm. We have a good time with it as is, and it's kind of cool to see some of the abilities. But the stuff in the back of the book and that intro video has me kind of interested to see what else they can come up with in this universe. It's kind of a space themed thing that you don't really get in this more casual game. Anything else you want to say about this one?
No.
So I don't think we'll be coming back at the end of this video like we normally do, since we're doing this up front. So from here, again, those are our thoughts and opinions. We will have the link for the Kickstarter. Go check it out. Metacell Genesis, the card game. This bad boy right here. And so now, if you want to stick around, components and gameplay. Thanks a lot.
All right, so what do we get with Metacell Genesis, the card game? Well, this is the box it'll come in, the base set. Again, these are prototype components, so things are subject to change. But there's that. Here's our rule book. Pretty decent rule book. A little bit of fluff in the front here. Different play variants. How you score. You'll want to keep this handy at the end of the game. And then what they have titled the Nerdopedia. So this is fluff, kind of a little bit about the universe, the different characters that you get to play in this and the expansion deck, and some extra information there. So not a bad little rule book. And you get 4 characters. So you get these 4 characters, each associated with a specific color, and then they have an ability on the bottom of them. So, for instance, the courtesan here has the ability Foresight of Mind. After you make a purple match, you may look at the top 4 cards of the deck, place 1 in your hand, and the rest on the top or bottom of the deck in any order. So each one has a variable power depending on the color you're matching. And they all trigger off matches of their color. And then you get your main deck that everybody will be drawing from. And let's see here. And in that main deck, we have 4 main colors, and then your white and black cards. So there'll be 18 of these blue cards, 18 red cards, 18 green cards, and 18 purple cards, and then 9 white and 9 black. So these 4 here are the main you'll be collecting, and of course, as I showed you with the characters, these are the, depending on the color, if you make a match on that color, you can trigger your ability for your character. Whites are considered wild, and blacks basically allow you to kind of take away points from other players, and I'll show you a little bit of that in gameplay. So that's the cards that make up the main deck. And then off to the side here a little bit, just thought I'd show you. We've got some stuff that was sent in. Here's some expansion cards. So this is the expansion deck. So it comes with, basically it looks like kind of like a standalone play deck, or you can combine and you can add in extra characters. You can mix and match the characters, or you can add in extra characters to go from a 2 to 4 player game to more players by adding their cards in. So again, prototype, I don't know what art is final and what art is not. But there, we'll get four more characters in the expansion deck. And what's this? Oh, a little teaser. That is going to be a stretch goal character. Not going to show you anything about it. But that's a stretch goal character. Real quick, while we're still talking about the characters or the decks and the components here. Just want to point out one thing that I really do like. It's not on the white and black, but at least you do have the words. But I do like the fact that not only do you get the color, but you get it spelled out, and each color has a unique symbol. So colorblind players, that'll be really nice. Especially if you start mixing and matching, because like there's an indigo and stuff like that. So some of the color shades start to get kind of close, but it's nice you've got the symbol and the name to go by to make sure you're matching cards properly. So that's kind of a cool thing. All right, so that's the components for Metacell Genesis, the card game. Now let's go take a look at gameplay.
Okay, so we're going to show you some gameplay in a 2-player game setting. So we've already kind of done setup here. We've got our main deck of cards up here. Each of us have 7 cards that we're going to start our hand with, and we've each, in this instance, randomly selected a character. What you got?
I have the Cyber Priest Robert Quintessence. Ability is Responsive Evolution. After you make a blue match, you may add 1 card from your hand to any match set you currently have. This must be of the same color.
All right. I have the Courtesan Mira Quintessence. The ability Foresight of Mind. After you make a purple match, you may look at the top 4 cards of the deck, place 1 in your hand and the rest on top or bottom of the deck in any order. There's her right there. So we have 7 cards that we start with, and what you get to do on your turn. The first thing you will do is draw a card from the deck. And then from there, you are either going to lay down a set, which is 3 or more of 1 color, or play a black card. And when we get there, you'll see those. But the black card, basically, you play against your opponent to take cards out of their set. Once a set is on the table, unless a character has a special ability for it, once a set's on the table, you can't add to it later. Cards in your hand are going to other sets. So, Megan, you want to start?
Sure. I will start.
You will draw.
I will draw. And I will lay down my set of green.
All right, she lays down green. So, my turn. I will draw first. And I will go ahead and show you the black card ability right away. So I'm going to play a black card for my turn, which takes a green away from her set, so her set is smaller. The larger your set, the more points you get when the game ends. So that all goes to the discard pile, and that is my turn.
I will pass.
All right. Go ahead. There is no hand limit, but the game ends when either somebody can't draw from the deck or when you run out of cards in your hand.
I played a set of red.
Okay. I am going to go ahead and play 2 whites, which are wild, with this violet. So that makes a small set I can make, but it triggers my ability. So I get to look at the top 4 cards, place 1 in my hand, and the rest either on top or bottom, yep, in any order I choose. So I will do that.
Okay. And I will take a card away from you.
All right. I draw. I will take a card away from you. How do you like that?
Not very well. Okay. So I will play a set of blue.
All right.
And that will trigger my ability, which is I can take 1 card from my hand to any match set I currently have. So I will play a green on that.
Nice. All right. I'm going to trigger my ability again. So look at the top 4, put 1 in my hand. Put it like that.
Okay, I'll play a set of blue, which will trigger mine, and I'll play green, and I'm out.
Alright, so since she's gone out, what we do is, depending on the length of your set, you'll score a certain amount of points. The longer your set is, the more points you'll get. And then the players that are caught with cards in their hand, they'll total up those. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have 5 cards left in my hand. Look down, and I would take 7 points off my score. And then whoever has the most points at the end of the game wins. And that's how you play Metacell Genesis, the card game. So, Metacell Genesis, the card game. Go.
It was fun.
That's what you waited for, Ian. That is what you waited for.
Stop. I didn't know which one we were doing right away, so I had to think. Okay, cut.
Yeah, hi. Hey everybody,
Hi.
Jeff here.
Again.
We know our names. Abstinence. Take 157. We don't want dogs anymore. Would you like some dogs?
No.
We have 2. At least one of them can go. The one that keeps knocking the camera out the door. Hey everybody.
Hi.
It's been a long night already.
I know.